Yuki and I are officially apartment owners. Kind of a small place, but it's ours. We've been planning this for a while, since even before I started streaming, of getting our own spot. And Yuki, to her immense credit, was searching for months, if not over a year. Let me set the expectations. Are you ready? Number one, we have an incredible 0.65% interest rate. That is insane, as far as I've been told. Her dad was like, "You're renting in heaven." And I was like, really? So the actually monthly rent will be about the same as the one we have now, except we have to pay about 3 mon, which is about $300 roughly, to a kind of apartment fee where each month every single resident puts in 300 bones, and if something goes wrong, or we build a new car park, or the new entrance needs to be overhauled, or there's some sort of disaster, that way we can pay for that stuff. The homeowners association fee, right? If your neighbors need soundproof the walls, you know, we got to do that. And then also, Nate was right. It does have a massive ceiling, which is great, and thick concrete walls. Now, we're still going to sound pad the office room, which is a little bit smaller than we initially was, because we're renovating the place. So we're knocking back part of the studio room so that we have more entrance, what's called a ginkan, like an entry walkway to put like suitcases for visitors, something like that. We had to fill out all these crazy papers. I felt so bad for Yuki, because if you guys did not know, this incredible opportunity, I'm kind of the front man where I've been saving the bucks, but all of the loans and stuff are in Yuki's name because they don't consider what I do a career or legitimate. In the Japanese government eyes, I'm unemployed for the past 8-9 months. I have, like, if I was a comedian or if I was an actor or a musician, they're like, your income is completely unreliable, so you can't even be put on the list. But I was able to provide some of the other things, like the deposit and the other stuff like that. But we did get the place. We got the place. And now we start some of the immense repairs that need to be done, because the previous tenants lived there for about 17 years. He wanted to live the rest of his life there. And judging by the way they left it, they damn near did, but that's okay. So here's what's next for Yuki and I. I don't think that the place will be even remotely ready until February or March at the earliest, so we've got to do a little double dipping on the paying of the rents. One of the exciting things is we went through a renovation company because this place was in really dire needs of a repair. I mean, the walls need to be redone, the flooring needs to be completely refurbished, the bathroom and the toilets and the office, all of it needs to be completely renovated. It is exciting, and I wanted to give you guys an idea of how renovation works in Japan. We got a loan for the renovation, and we can add more to that money if we want to pay out of pocket, but we go through like a licensed realtor who will give us recommendations of different companies where we can look at that will offer like a one and done kind of style. For example, let's get fucking hype, because this is what the bathroom is kind of going to look like when it's done. That looks fucking sick. Now, we did not get like the TV edition. Just an idea, all of this stuff is customizable. Like, the TV's right here. It's just, it was changing the image. So we kind of chose the double stands. This right here at the bottom is like an auto cleaner that shoots water onto this awesome soft tiled floor. And it was free, a free add-on. It's not a vent. It's a water sprayer cleaner upper. And these lights actually, this is on full power, but the lights have like a different level of mood. So you can have it be dark, you can have it be really, you know, it's up to you. But we got a chocolate brown bathtub. We got a full-length mirror and cool steel plates and a nice shower. This is something that I'm really excited about, because for my entire life, all 39 years, I've lived in a very normal accommodation, and I've never had anything close to a cool place to take a bath. My first apartment in Japan, it was like a barrel, and you sat in it with your knees up, and it was just like a little pressure cooker. The thing is that bathrooms in Japan offer really the most customization. I think it's like the one place in the home where they're willing to lower the cost but increase the quality because it's such a standard part of Japanese living. So the rest of the house is not going to mirror this kind of luxury, so to speak, but I was really relieved to have a little bit more flexibility where we could choose like actually cool shit. Actually, I'm not a big fan of how they do bathrooms in Japan. Basically, it's in its own little teeny tiny room where you close the door and you sit there, and then it's like being in a outhouse or like a porta potty or something of that nature. See, in America, you've got the bathroom next to like the tub. That's what I'm used to. One of the cool things that you can do is they bring you out this little toy, and the toy, you like redesign it, and you exchange in and out the little pieces, and like the sample wall can be replaced and the sample floor, so you can get the colors that you want with like all the kind of neat. It's like bathroom Legos. It's a really small miniature. Here's another look at it. Kind of we opted for a nice clear door because I think that looks kind of nice. Well, I mean, it's connected to the bathroom, like the washroom, so there's a real door. All right, so that's the news. We've bought the apartment. It's technically in Tokyo still. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this. This is something that was driving me insane because nothing was done and prepared in advance. So you have to sign these different bills and receipts and contracts, and you have to write so carefully every single kanji, every single number of your address, your name, their address, where it's going. It was like insane how many times we had to fill out the same documents. And if you make one small mistake, maybe this kanji was not exactly centered on the square, or maybe it was a little bit unclear when it was at 13-stroke kanji, they rip it up and they make you do it again. So Yuki probably made a mistake, quote, about 8 or 9 of those pieces of paper. So she had to end up writing about 20. And then you have to hanko stamp each one. And this is what drove me. This pissed me off so bad. 2 women were watching her work. One from the bank and one was our real estate agent, who's a total. But that's okay. And they were watching, and they would wait for Yuki to make the mistake, like a number, like a digit or something. And then she would finish writing the address, and then she would finish writing, all of the details. And then one of them would go, you made a small mistake earlier on the number at the very beginning. You can't use that. And I was like, oh my God, just tell us right there. Just say stop, or repeat back the numbers. 1,250,306. So man, I felt so bad. A hanko or an inkan is a kind of stamp where you dip it in red ink and then you sign documents onto the paper, and it replaces what we would consider in the Western world as a signature. And sometimes you have to put the hanko like in between 2 pieces of paper, like the edge, so that it like separates it. Really? She says if you lose your hanko stamp, which is basically your Japanese signature, you're fucked. Can you replace that hanko easily? You do not want to lose that. It's like losing your social security number. My name is in katakana, and my hanko, my official thing, it looks like a child. It says Pita. Yuki's, I think, is some sort of kanji for name. And then for real estate, you have to buy a special one that has like a very detailed. I think the initial one to buy is not expensive. How much is a hanko? Let's say like my basic one that I have. One hanko, she has 3 hankos. One's for housing. How much was that? $70? So there you go. Yeah, and you have to register the exact stamp to City Hall, and it's all a bunch of blah, 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 blah. Stuff for stuff's sake. Yep, that is Japan to a T, my man. But that's the news. I appreciate you guys listening to me go over all of that stuff. Stamp me, daddy.